In India, the expertise in intellectual property rights is missing among many lawyers. Now, I think they are studying law as intellectual property as a subject. That's a different issue. But this is one case, very interesting case. You can search. These are only cross references. Next, please. These are other cases. We can skip this. Skip this. Next, please. This is important. What is the importance of intellectual property rights for higher educational institutions? Because you see, yours is a well-known government degree college, maybe affiliated to, Acharya Nagarjuna University, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have number of universities in Andhra Pradesh, number of universities in Telangana, other parts of the country, private universities, global universities, private public managements, whatever, research institutions. All these higher educational institutions, they produce a lot of intellectual property. For example, IITs, they have number of patented inventions. The inventions are made by their scholars, their faculty members. They are patented, they are also commercialized. And they also tie up with many startups. And in fact, some of the faculty members themselves, I had an occasion to witness a presentation by Professor Ram Gopal Rao, till recently the director of IIT Delhi, a Telugu man. He was saying that he himself has 5 companies. I think he is an engineering professor there. And there, the intellectual property can be commercially exploited subject to certain rules. But the sorry state of things is that in India, there is no major IPR policy. Day before yesterday, I attended a meeting and I happened to meet, online, of course, Mr. Purushottam, H. Purushottam, professor. And he says that I am the DPIIT chair professor in Usmania. He is the DPIIT chair professor in Andhra University. He was sharing that they formulated an IPR policy for Andhra University now, which is being adopted by other universities, even by the government of Andhra Pradesh. So this is something very, very interesting. And when such a policy is made, certainly the inventors hidden within ourselves, whether as students, as scholars, as teachers, whatever it is, will come out and will definitely try to do something. And because there will be economic incentives, there will be recognition, right? And there will be commercialization. This is one important point. And in America before 1980, industry and academia, they were not going together. Then came a law called Bayh-Dole Act sometime in 1980, which increased the interaction between the industry and the academic institutions, higher education institutions. That is strengthened further in 2007 by something called Competes Act, right? So that is creating opportunities on meaningfully promote excellence in technology, education, and science act. In India, we don't have such a law. Very soon, we may have one such law to facilitate. This is another important aspect. Next, please. We can, So what is the future for, Indian higher education institutions? We have to create our own policies. We can document the intellectual property in and, surrounding our institutions. There's a lot of traditional knowledge. Let me tell you that at the national level, central government maintains a database called Traditional Knowledge Digital Library, where the medicinal systems, Ayush, for example, Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, Homeo, the different formulations which are already publicly known, they are documented and kept in this Traditional Knowledge Digital Library. And before anyone, gets a patent on medicinal systems, they search through this along with other databases. If they find anything similar, then the application is rejected. This is another important point. So one can create IP cells, and in fact, these are policy decisions. Please look at what Sam Pitroda said long time back. Very, very meaningful statement. Educational efforts on IPR must go beyond the IP offices and reach out to scientists and engineers working in, no doubt, national research institutions, universities, industry. But look at the last sentence, not just in the metropolitan areas, but also in the smaller towns and rural areas of the country. There is so much intellectual property, which is created, which goes undocumented. This is what I'm trying to say. Next, please. So this is the present. This we can, in fact, ignore, but doesn't matter. Point is very simple. Intellectual property rights, they made an impact on international trade, technology transfers, foreign direct investments, even patenting. And there is a proof that if you have strong IPR systems in countries like India, they will encourage more spending in the form of research and development, licensing, technology transfer, so on and so forth. And there is an index called the Generate and Park Index, which rates the countries depending on the number of patents granted, patent awareness, licensing, technology transfer, so on and so forth. Next, please. Next, please. Yeah. As far as India and patenting is concerned, I'm not touching upon what Professor M. N. Rao would touch upon. This is commercial aspects. India is now 35th as far as the world or global rankings are concerned with regard to Global Innovation Index. This is one. Then, see, if you look at the patents granted in 2010-11, it was 7,000, in fact, 509. And if you look at 2021, 10 years later, it is 28,391. Certainly, it is a major quantum leap, right? Similarly, the patent filings, they have gone up, in fact, from 39,000 to 58,000 during the last 10 years. But we are lagging behind the filing and granting of patents. If we compare ourselves to countries like, you can look there, China, US, Japan, and Korea, and according to a World Intellectual Property Organization's report, the number of patents granted in China, 5.3 lakhs, US, 3.52 lakhs, Japan, 1.79, Korea, 1.35 in 2020. So whereas we are still at maybe 28,000, the patenting activity must be increased, but before that we have to make the inventions. That is important. Next, please. Next, please. Yeah, so we need to strengthen the IPR protection. Anyway, these are policy measures. Next, please. Next, please. Yes, the last but one, slide. Today, intellectual property has become not only an individual right, but also collective right. Geographical indications of goods. There are Kalivan families of weavers in Nalgonda district, Pochampalli village. And there may be many such Tirumal Tirupati Devasthanam, Tirupati Laddu. That is a connection. So there are now, group rights, and they will also help the public. For example, during COVID, there was a talk about compulsory licensing of remdesivir also. Remdesivir drug, which was administered to many patients. And there was a demand for compulsory licensing. This is one. And now we are no more confined to only patents, trademarks kind of thing. We are going to new forms of intellectual property rights, business methods, computer programs. You are talking about NFTs, non-fungible tokens. In the 3D world, we create these non-fungible tokens. Artificial intelligence created intellectual property. And there is a greater awareness among all the stakeholders. And as I already said, patenting activity is increasing. And about AI, artificial intelligence, the case going on, Davos, in many countries, they refuse to give patents to artificial intelligence. Only to human beings they are trying to give. On the traditional knowledge front, some attempt is being made by Shashi Tharoor, who brought a private member in Lok Sabha some time back. And please try to understand, Ilayaraja is equally important to us because he is filing case after case in Bombay High Court, Madras High Court, claiming his ownership of copyright in the music composed by him during 1980s for various films. That is the issue. So traditional cultural expressions, medicinal practices, traditional knowledge, indigenous knowledge, these are the things which are attracting our attention. And the government also is playing a proactive role. They are trying to encourage number of inventions. Sometimes, there is a scheme called Kapila scheme. I think, this Kapila scheme is of the AICTE, which will help the inventors in filing the patents. And there are many, similar schemes which are in fact, launched by National Research Development Corporation, NRDC, and many more. Only thing is, once we start working on them, then we'll be able to know more about it. Next, please. Yeah. So now competition law is coming up. It's not so relevant. So we are talking about essential patents. See, Samsung may be fighting with Apple, but both of them are using certain technology compulsorily because every smartphone requires that. The ownership of patent in such smartphone technology is vested mostly with Ericsson company. On one side, they will be fighting with each other. On the other hand, they have to cooperate. There's no other way. So as I already said, IPR is not related to lawyers or law. It is related to every discipline. And only thing is, there must be greater understanding of intellectual property rights. So with this, I'll stop. It is 11:35. I think 10:30 to 11:30, maybe 5 minutes here and there. Now it's over to the organizers, and I thank all of you for a very patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Reddy Garu.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, your session is enlightened us about IPR concepts, importance, and challenges, sir. We really enjoyed your session, sir. It is certainly useful and educative. Now I am handing over the session to Sunita Madam for question and answer.
Good morning, educators. You have given a very well you have explained all of IPR in a constructive manner and explained a number of examples I've given you. The audience has got more information on IPR. In all the sectors, the knowledge is used, made driving how the copyright has been taken and patent has been created. Thank you very much for highlighting us in the area of IPR. Now the audience can ask their questions. The sir will answer those questions. The participants can raise their questions.
Yes, all participants are requested to raise your questions.
Yes.
Professor, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so very much, sir, for such an informative session.
Thank you.
Sir, I must tell you that I have attended webinars on IPRs earlier also. But after listening to your session, I became so curious to learn more about IPR, sir.
Great.
You know why? This is the power of a teacher, I think. So now coming to my question, sir, you spoke about this Mongol bull. Does it comes under the patent infringement, sir? Infringement?
No, because it is something relating to biopiracy because it was not patented. Mongol bull is a naturally grown, bull category.
Yeah.
But only thing is crossbreed was created in Brazil for which the germ plasm is required from the original Mongol bull every 5 years or so. Then they wanted 6,000 units of that germ plasm from India officially because that is possible only when National Biological Diversity Authority gives permission. We did not give permission because whatever was done previously was almost by way of smuggling. That's the thing. So any intellectual property which has to be commercially exploited relating to biodiversity can be done only with the prior permission of the National Biological Biodiversity Authority. That is the reason why they made a request, but we refused.
Okay. And one more thing, sir, like patent infringement, is it comes under criminal offense and or a civil offense, sir?
Very good question. In fact, for some of the IPRs, there are civil remedies as well as criminal remedies. But for patent infringement, mostly it is only the civil remedies, ma'am. One can claim share in the profits, then damages in the form of monetary compensation, injunction, etc. But there are no criminal remedies under the Act except when there is some wrongful entry made in the patent register or manipulation of the patent register. Except that, patent infringement doesn't attract criminal remedies.
ఇప్పుడు
Thank you so very much, sir.
బ్రోచర్ ఉంది కదా,
Okay, okay.
నేనే ఆ బ్రోచర్ లో లింక్ అని ఉంటుంది చూడు, దాని కింద లింక్ కింద ఇంకోటి ఉంది లింక్ అని, దాన్ని నొక్కితే వ్యూ మ్యాప్ వస్తుంది. ఆ వ్యూ మ్యాప్ టచ్ మీటింగ్ వచ్చేసి
Participants, any more questions, please?
So, if there is no one is there to ask the question, we can end this session by. Thank you very much, sir, for your informative information on IPR on education. Thank you very much, sir. I'm handovering to the organizers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Please carry on. Please carry on. Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are really very thankful to you, sir. Sir, accepting my invitation. Actually, I don't know about sir. From Professor Central University Professor. I received Rajshekhar sir. I received sir's contact number, and I have contacted sir. Sir immediately accepted the phone call, sir. Sir, we are very much thankful to you, sir. Thank you. Now, we came to the last session of the FDP to be handled by Dr. M.M. Rao, sir. Before starting this session, I request Mr. T. Deepti, lecturer in commerce, to introduce Dr. M.M. Rao Garu to the participants.
Thank you, sir. A very good morning to all. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce and welcome today's program resource person, Dr. M. Nagabhushan Rao Garu. Sir has done BE in Computer Science from Amravati University, MTech in Computer Science from JNTUK, and PhD in Computer Science at Sri Venkateswara University in 2007. His interests are in applications of data science, cloud computing, Internet of Things, and open source problems occurring in these emerging fields. He has published 60 articles in national and international journals and conferences on spatial data mining, temporal mining, and mining pandemic diseases like swine flu and dengue, etc. He has successfully completed the AICTE RPS scheme project on mining spatial info. He was also the author of 2 books published by Prentice Hall on cloud computing and open source software. He has applied, published, and had a grant of around 15 patents and trademarks of Indian and international, and assisted over 330 patents, which include Indian, Australian, and USA patents. He is also a resource person for Udemy online course on data science, which has around 500 national and international students. He successfully guided 6 PhD students, and they were awarded with doctorate. He worked as research head for Internet of Things in KL deemed to be university, and served in and around the villages, and established Android smartphone apps for market yards, agriculture sensors, school management system in villages, and telemedicine system in rural health centers. He has his own startup called Paper Makers, which helps for patenting, trademarks, copyrights. He has 30 years of academic experience. He is presently working as Intellectual Patent Rights Cell Coordinator in Vidya Jyoti Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. With this brief introduction, I would like to thank Dr. B.N. Rao sir for accepting our invitation. I request sir to start the session, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Dr. M. Rao sir, welcome you sir. Both you.
Thank you, sir. First, let me check whether presentation it is okay.
Hold on.
Sir, are you able to see a PPT?
Yes sir, yes sir.
PPT you have got? Check it, sir.
Yes sir.
Importance of intellectual property.
Yeah, importance of intellectual property in higher education institutions. Yes sir, and CVR Government College.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, one and all. Honorable Chief Patron, Dr. Pallar Bhaskar Garu, Commissioner, CCE AP, Dr. R. David Kumar Garu, Joint Director, CCE AP, Chairperson, Dr. K. Bhagilakshmi, Principal, my fellow resource person, Professor G.V. Reddy Garu, Professor of Law, Osmania University, Hyderabad, Program Convener, Karuna Sai, Dr. R. Kameshwari Garu, Program Main Coordinator, Dr. C.H. Apparao Garu, my parents, our Vidya Jyoti Institute of Technology, Chairman Palla Rajesh Reddy Garu, Secretary Neelma Madam, Director Sai Baba Reddy Garu, Principal Padmaja Madam Garu, Coordinator Srilata, our HOD sir. Good afternoon, one and all. Very happy to be in front of you. Today, the SRR CVR Government Degree College, Vijayawada, have invited me to say something about the importance of intellectual property rights in higher education institute. Very happy. So, whatever I know, definitely I will present in front of you. So, I'm very happy that Professor G.B. Reddy sir is also with me. Very good, excellent presentation. So, we have got here three parts in my presentation. Very simple presentation. One is about the definition and criteria of patents. And second one is how to apply in India. Third one is where to search, how to search when NAC people, NBA people will ask us those queries. So 3 parts I have divided. And last week any queries are there, you can ask me definitely. So coming to the learning outcomes, understanding, definition, explain, criteria for patentability, identify, invention. So as you know, from last 2 years we were with COVID. So Gilead's technology people, they manufacture this COVID-19 remdesivir. So here we have got a health group request that we have to resend the Gilead's patents rights. So resend means we have to remove that patent rights of this particular Gilead's company so that everybody can manufacture it, everybody can get the benefit of it. So it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Even though I was faced some problems. One of my professor Ramakrishna from our computer labs, he has got the COVID. He called me from Kurnool, sir, at night, 8 o'clock, I hope. Sir, I want remdesivir. Please try in Hyderabad. I told to my wife that I have got small urgent work. Then she said, no, this is COVID time, don't go outside. I said, some urgent work is there. Within 2 minutes, I will come back. So I have been to the streets of Hyderabad. I searched a lot. Now, nowhere I have got the remdesivir injection. Somewhere, somebody told me that you have to go to some Amirpet, some branch is there where remdesivir main dealers are there. You have to stand at 3 o'clock early morning. Some token system is there. See, this is all what happens because it is having patent rights, nobody can go out of it. So this is importance of patent. What I want to say, it is importance of patent. So you can ask me, sir, what are your contribution? You are saying that, okay, you are saying about patents. So for the motivation purpose, I say that, see, I am also the author of two textbooks called as, one is of cloud computing. It is a main book in the Karnataka, and another is of open source software. It is also a lot of people refer. It is from PHA, Prentice. So these are my contributions, and also my contribution towards the students are in MOOC system, where 361 students have registered it, and 70 reviews we have got, and we also contributed for patents. 25 patents have applied and published, and a lot of 330 patents I have helped so many people. So these are the things, my achievements, contributions are there. And coming to my alumni, where lot of people, lot of students have been successful. One called Mrs. Sri Lakshmi, she achieved $25 million deal in this particular patents. Sir, are you able to see, sir, the presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
PPT is going on?
Yes, sir. Going on, sir.
Okay, right. So here, this 25 million deal, she is from 1996 batch. So you can see on the slideshow where she was one of my students. At that time, she doesn't have clothes also. You can see one of the student in this particular picture I'm showing here. She doesn't have the clothes also. And afterwards, she went to the US, and she was in Data Cubes. She was with her own startup company. She sold for the Google, that company, and she got a deal of $25 million. Means you cannot estimate how many lakhs. I tried to convert it into the 25 million into the 85 rupees and all. I got a very big figure. I couldn't count. Later on, what she has done is she purchased about 45 to 50 stored buildings in US nearby Google office. For homeless people, she purchased about 100 acres and all. So what she has done is data cubes we are having in computer science. In that particular data cubes, she has made some algorithm and software so that it can easily be copied and pasted. So that brought her $25 million deal. And another alumni called as Amar Nagaram, CEO of Myntra, Vice President of Flipkart. He was also a very good alumni. And these are all from our alumni base and all. So what I want to say is, if you are having ideas, you can earn a lot. Basically, the needs, whatever the needs we are having, we can satisfy. So patent is an exclusive right and invention permitted by the law for a limited period of time. So what is it? By whom? By the sovereign of the state. For what? To the owner. For the invention. So what is the right you are getting? Make, sale, use and manufacture. And the criteria is whatever this, it should be a novel. It should be a novel. How long you will get? For 20 years. So patent, it is an exclusive for person granted by Indian Patent Office. It is of territorial. Not if you want in India, you can get only in India. You want in US, you have to apply separately. So what are the criteria for patentability? You have got three criteria. One is novelty, another is non-obviousness, another is industrial application. So novelty means it should be new and original. Okay, the fundamental requirement for patentability, and it should be benefit for the public use. Okay, and second criteria is non-obviousness. Non-obvious means not immediately apparent, means not usual. Not usual means if you say that okay, this plant is available, I will take a patent for that plant. Okay, not possible. Okay, which is general things, not possible. So if you come to the obvious means an average skill or relevant, which is relevant to the scientific and all. So it should be non-obvious. And third criteria is you should have an industrial application. We should have industrial application. Means invention must possess the utility or application for the grant of patent. Okay, for the grant of patent. Means the invention according to 1970, it is a new product or it should be a new process. New product or new process. So we have got from last this decade very good inventions are quadcopter. And another thing is magnetic levitation. Another thing is iPhone. These are all these new inventions of this particular decade. Another thing is motorized exoskeleton. Means the people who are unable to walk, they will also get this particular opportunity to walk. So another thing is new invention means which is not been anticipated by the public or it is published elsewhere. Invention step. So what are the invention steps you are having? So you should have the technical advancement compared to an ordinary skilled person. You should have some novelty. You should have some novelty. So these are the summaries of the part 1. Definition of patent, criteria for patentability, novelty, non-obviousness, industrial application, invention and inventive step. So these are the first part. Here, the basics of patents, what are patents and all, we have seen it. Coming to the second part, people come to me to file the patent in Australia, US, and in India, approximately 330 patents we have done. So what are the steps involved in patenting? One is application, second one is publication, third one is examination, fourth one is opposition, fifth one is grant or rejection. Generally, the process is 4 to 5 years. Or even though early grant, if you pay the fees, it is of 12 to 16 months. It is of 12 to 16 months. So nowadays you are getting within 12 months also. If you are having your startup, then immediately you can get for within 12 months. So application by whom? By the application, inventor or applicant. Applicant is our college. Inventors are who has invented this one. Nowadays for NIRF and NAC and NBA, the application by name by the college is very, very important. So this is by patent attorney, lawyer and patent agent, we are going to do it. So what is patent filing procedure in India? The provisional specification you can file or complete specification you can file. So provisional specification means ad hoc specification. Complete specification means total specification. After 18 months, you will get either published in previous days. Nowadays it is early publication with 15 days. So where it is available? It is available in iprindia.nic.in. Okay. So for early publication, we have got the fees. For early publication, we have got the fees. You have to pay the extra fees. So what are that? Examination. The examination is done by the office people of IPR. Previously it is 48 months, if it is general examination. Nowadays it is of 8 months for early publication and extra fees will be there for it. And what are the mandatory to follow the timeline? You have to follow the timeline. Mandatory is you have to follow the timeline. So the examiner is allocated for examining the things and they will ask us if any queries are there, they will ask us. So the examiner is an expert in the art of invention. So he is expert in that particular art of invention, and he will check the criteria for patentability. And what he is going to check? He is going to check about the novelty, non-obviousness, industrial application, and any mistakes are there. Novelty means which should be new. Okay. Non-obviousness, it should be novel. It is simply not, it should not be found simply. And industrial application, whether it is having some industrial application or not. Next. Coming to the examination, examiner will create first examination report. FER is to send the applicant. So the first examination report is sent to the applicant. Applicant has to reply to FER within 6 months. He has to reply to the FER within 6 months. If examiner is satisfied with the reply, then the application is accepted. So if he is satisfied with it, then the application is accepted. If not satisfied, the hearing will be conducted. If not satisfied, the hearing will be conducted. Next, we have got the examination in 3 levels. We have got the examination in 3 levels. So the first one is, level 1 is after clarification. Level 1 is after clarification. Level 2 is after acceptancy or rejection. Level 2 is after acceptancy or rejection. So, whether it is accepted, then no problem at all. Okay, you will get a grant. If it is rejected, then patent will not be granted. So, these are the 3 levels which we are having. One is after clarification, whether it goes to acceptancy or rejection, or patent. So, if it is accepted, patent is granted. That's what we want nowadays. Even though for higher educations, the faculty for research, for getting grants, even though for TST projects, everybody you know that if you are having a patent and you are in your CV, then while you are applying the funds, automatically you will be getting a DST project grant or DRDO project grant. Or even though for the NAC and NBA also, you are getting lot of marks regarding the patents. Or for even though for appraisal also, you are getting some marks regarding patents. So all these are beneficial for you. As a faculty, you are getting the benefits of all these things. Next, I will also coming to third part, I will show you where to search, how to download it. Generally, what happens is when our NAC comes, NBA comes, they call me, Dr. Rao, we want our patent, that Xerox copy or soft copy, please send us. You should not wait for someone. You should know where to search. In third part, I will show you where to search and what are the drafting forms are there. I will show you now. Within 10 minutes, I will show. Right. Suppose while granting in first examination report, you have got some opposition, then what will happen is pre-grant opposition. If it is pre-grant opposition, anyone who is interested, they can apply for the opposition. Or after publication also, the application can be, people can apply on you. Suppose patent is granted, then post-grant opposition, anyone interested after granting also can be applied. With evidence of opposition, okay, they have to submit that, okay, we have done this previously earlier, so this is the opposition we are keeping. Or within 1 year of grant patent. Don't think that, okay, once patent is granted, so everything done. No. Up to 1 year, it is there. After 1 year also, it can be opposed. It can be opposed. Coming to the examination, opposition is of 3 types. One is of opposition is dismissed, or another thing is opposition is upheld. Suppose opposition is of dismissed, then patent is granted. Patent is granted or amended. Or you can also, some amendments can be submitted and it can be, you can get the patent granted. And another thing is, if it is upheld, that patent is not granted. If it is upheld, the patent is not granted. Generally, these are the things which we are having doubt as academicians. We say that IPR agent, we call some IPR agent, or we may call some attorney lawyer. They say that, sir, it is in process. We don't know what is this process. What is happening? We don't know. We don't know about the first examination report. We don't know about the queries. We have to mention our email ID there in the application, so that whatever the patent attorney lawyer is getting, you will also be getting it. You will also be getting it. But people, they don't know. They simply depend upon others. I'm telling you now, I have done up to 330 patents until now. I have helped them. I am drafter actually. We check the drafting and all technical things. Okay, we are not like GB Reddy sir is from the law. They check the law points. We check the technical points. And IPR agent will be there. You will be seeing that how to upload it and what is the procedure, what is the fees, what are the forms and all. So these are the things which people doesn't know. So you should able to know about those things so that it will be very easy for you. Next, another thing is where it is published. It is official journal of patent office. Do you know that in NIC network, if you go to the patent IPR website, their right side, the patent official journals will be there. Like we publish in our journals, there also some patent official journals will be there. Every 15 days they publish. You can check whether your patent is published. Depend upon the date and time, you can check whether it is published or not. That is very important. You should know all these things. Okay, I'll show you now the IPR website also, where you have to see where you can see that one. Okay, patents, where you can see that. So the grant of patent, so is nothing but the date of patent of filing is the grant of patent date. And another thing is the term of patent is for 20 years. Okay, so but you have to pay the renewal fees. You have to pay the renewal fees. Every year you have to pay the renewal fees, or 3-4 years you can pay it under. So this is a process of applying patent in India. This is a process of applying patent in India. Yes, I will end with this part 3 in the 10 minutes. So what are the general queries? What are the general queries? We'll be discussing. What are the problems we are getting? We'll be discussing. So where to search? Even though people have done the IPR patents and they submit to their department and they expect some appraisal and all these things, increments and all these things. But suddenly some NAC team comes and also show me your patent. They go on searching files, this, that file number 105, file number criteria 3, this, all these things. Don't do like that. You should have your own app. You should have your own app in your mobile. You download your app, okay, where IPR app is there. You search there and you keep it ready. You keep it ready. So whenever the NAC people or NBA people or other people ask you to show, immediately you should be able to show you. You should be able to. Next, patents search. This is the where the website it is for patent searching. You will go to the Google IPR patent search. Lakshmi madam, please mute your phone. Lakshmi madam. And another thing is, this is where you have to search it. And coming to this, if you go there, then you will be getting this intellectual property of India website. Okay, that is called INPAS. That is called as a INPAS. So all of you can note this one. Here in this particular thing, under patent search, you will be getting the application status. You will be getting this application status. So here you can give the number of the patent application and the code, whatever the CAPTCHA code is there, you can make it. Okay. Next, the general. So what are the forms they have submitted? One is Form 26. right for the attorney lawyer to proceed for us, and Form 9 early publication, so that previously it is after 18 months this verification and all it comes, first examination report and all it comes. But nowadays after 8 months, and there this scenario has changed. Nowadays it is after 8 months. Then complete specification or provisional specification. Next, form 2 it is, in drawings also, if any drawings are there. And Form 1 is about your addresses, applicant and innovator. Applicant should be always your college name. Applicant should be always your college name. See that applicant is your college name. Then only you will get marks. Then only you will get marks. Some faculty says, so what they are doing, sir? Why we have to keep all those names and all? No. Don't think in narrow manner. Be broad. Okay, we'll always get benefit. We'll always get benefit. Don't think in that manner. Take my words. Okay, then you can see the benefits. Within 1 or 2, 3 years, you can see the benefits. Okay, right. Come, if you open that, then you will be getting this also, this certificate also. This is the certificate what you should get it. After filing and publishing, you will get. Immediately after filing, nothing you are going to get in the website. Okay, please remember this point. You don't ask your IPR agent or attorney lawyer, sir, you said already it is filed. You show me the proof. Don't be like that. No, you don't get within 1 or 2 days. It will take 15 days to 2 months to get this proof. Okay. First initial proof is filing the receipt and taking a screenshot on that e-uploading, e-filing is there. So he can take a screenshot and he can give a screenshot for you. And there you can see the applicant names. There you can see the innovator names also. Okay, this is the old procedure which I am seeing. Applicant names are so many. Nowadays, applicant name should be of college name. Innovator name should be of your names. Okay, it can be up to 6 or 7. Somebody keeps 10. Okay, it doesn't look good if you keep more number of people there. Okay, next. If you come to the Form 1, so this is where you can see applicant addresses. You can see. Okay, the nationality addresses. You can see. Okay, this is a Form 1 filed by the our IPR agent with the help of our attorney lawyer and draft. Next, this is Form 2. It is of complete specification. Either you can send the adult specification or you can send the complete specification. Okay. So complete specification, you have to write everything. Once what happened, I think it is 1999, I was working in somewhere in this one, Mohan Babu Engineering College, Tirupati, Vijayaniketan. So I want to file a patent. I have gone to Chennai. So I have met an attorney lawyer. He charged me around 25,000 those days for drafting purpose. Okay, up and down charges and application fee charges 5,000. Loss of pay is of 1 week. You know, suppose if you keep a leave, in private cars they say that you go on loss of pay. They don't pay for it. See, it costed me around 50,000 rupees those days. 50,000 means my salary is around 25,000. 2 months salary. 2 months salary. Okay, believe me. So I applied for a patent on fingerprints with the help of this Andhra Pradesh Police Appa office where Madhur Venkateswara used to be there as a circle inspector. So we both have applied on some patents on fingerprints, algorithms and all. So that is one thing I can say you. And on device also we have applied. On device also we have applied one for copyright also we have applied. On one device also we have applied. On one logo also we have applied. Lot of things we have started from last 25 to 30 years before we started all this work. Afterwards only I came to know this is what is the procedure and all. While I was working in KL University Vijayawada 2016, we are only 5 members who have got the patents. We have only 5 members who are LS Reddy, Professor, Vice Chancellor of that time, LS Reddy sir, used to praise us. Okay, very good work you have done. So this is the recognition we want in higher education institute. If you get a recognition, you will get satisfaction. Okay, for your invention, for your thoughts, If you get recognition, definitely it will have satisfaction. Definitely one day you will get the fruits of it. You may not be getting this time, but one day. So my clients, somebody from Gujarat, he has done something on some organic material. And recently he called me, sir, I have got a clients, they were asking to give the rights for producing that particular thing. I felt very happy. I felt very happy. And I already showed you, my student Sri Lakshmi has got $25 billion. What happened? My son is in Los Angeles, US for his MS. Now he's in third semester. Whenever he has gone to US, even though I have got so many relatives, nobody has come for his saving. Nobody is there to talk also in US. Lot of relations we are having. But Sri Lakshmi, she is of 96 2000 batch. She always calls my son and inquires how you are, any problems you are having and all. Why? Because in 25 years back, we have been teaching them, we are motivating them. Then itself, I used to say, US and China, they are doing a lot of patents. Why not in India? Why cannot we do in India? Even though now also I will say, one of the professor is from ECE, Dr. Polaya, is having a lot of grants and funds he has got for KL University Vijayawada. You ask him, is my 1996 batch. He always says, sir, in the first class you said the patents are important. Until now, I realized, I remembered it. What are the points you are saying? Now he has got crores of rupees for funds for KL University Vijayawada. He is one of the best professor. He will be always in touch with me. Like this, lot of alumni I can say, lot of people I can say. So this is even though nobody is there with my son in US now, my student has taken him to her house nearby Google office, Mount View in Las Vegas in US. She offered a lot of things to him. So really I feel happy. Okay, whenever you motivate your students, you get ideas, you do patents with your students, and all of you contribute. Nowadays, how much it is charges around? It is 12,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees fees or 7,000 fees approximately. Remaining some 3,000 for filing and office and these features. So how many? If you keep a six members in each patent, 2,000 rupees per person. How much you are spending? You will easily get the patent filing and publishing. Definitely good for your appraisal. Good to see that some SRR degree college is doing better in Vijayawada. Lot of students will be attracted. So that's how we have to think. Okay, this is my personal experience which I am sharing with you. Okay, and this is the complete specification. The names, innovator names. This is the content while drafting the patent. This is the content. Lot of students, a lot of faculty also doesn't know what are the content of these particular things of patent. So I'm going to close within 5 minutes. So please be attentive and listen to this one. Field of invention. So why you are? What is the field? Here it is a voice-based email system. Nowadays, you have got Siri, you have got a lot of other things. Hi Cortana, you have got our Windows voice-based system. Our Siri, Mac system, our iPhone system, it will respond. You can also ask Windows, what is your age? Hi Cortana, what is your age? Immediately it will vanish. Okay, you check it once. So voice-based mail system it is. Patent we have gone. So background of invention. Why we are going to patent, what is use of patent and all, we will discuss here. And our attorney lawyer will give us some prior art research. He will do. It is approximately they charge around 8 to 10,000 for this purpose. Main charges they do for this purpose. So which are the patents which are mixing with us? So these are the basic things. Don't think we are copying. These are the basic things. For anything, please believe me. Don't say that I have got that own idea, this is my idea and all. Never in this world is own ideas. It is based on something, some inventions. You have to mention in the prior art search. So and so person in so and so country has done this. So and so person in so and so country has done. This is the patent number. You have to mention it. Then objectives of the invention. Why? What are the objectives of the invention? You have to mention it. Next, you have to mention the summary of invention. What are the summary of summary? It is there. You have to mention it. And next, you have to mention about the brief description of the invention. The figures, if any figures are there, you can mention those things. Figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Next, description of the invention. I'll show you the figures also. So a lot of people don't know what are the figures that are attached. Very simple thing. Very simple thing. So what are the description of the invention? What are our claims? What we have invented is the claims. You can also write, these are our claims. These are our claims. If anybody is having invention, they can come to me, they can call me. I will help. I will help, no doubt about it. Okay. So 330 clients I have got. This is my passion. This is my passion. I write books. I file patents. I do MOOC system on R language, R programming language, and other things. And you have to also write abstract of this particular invention. These are the simple diagrams. Don't think that CAD CAM is only required. This is also okay, sufficient. This is also sufficient. Okay, so this is going to end my presentation because already it is of lunch time. Okay, so this is our messaging system. This is our diagrams. You can also give like this. No problem on this particularly. You can mention, so this particular voicemail system, some internet is there. Okay, some work area is there, some personal person is there, email person is there, or through the phone, or through the telephone, or through the office phone. Okay, some messaging systems, it goes to the message through the voicemail system. Through the voicemail system. So 3 parts we have done. One is the basics of patents I have discussed. Second thing is how to apply patents in India I have discussed. Process I have discussed. Third one is what are the queries, particularly in Indian patents it comes. Nowadays you know that Australian patents are taking 2 years time. So Indian patents are very much faster. So Indian patents, go for the Indian patents. Okay, it is authorized by the IPR office, Indian central government office. There you can get our NAC marks, you can get NBA marks, you can get the NIRF ranking also. So that is the advantages of this particular patents in higher education. With this, I thank once again to SRR and CVR Government Degree College, Vijayawada, for inviting me on the importance of intellectual property rights. Thank you very much. Particularly the principal, particularly the coordinator, Dr. Apparao garu, okay, IQAC coordinator, Commerce HOD sir, and all. I thank PJIT who has given this particular stage to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. You have given deep insights of on IPRS. We gained commendable knowledge on case study, filing of patents, web surfing of patents, and queries. Really, we enjoyed the session, sir. Sure, sir, within a short time, our faculty will acquire different types of patent rights with your help. Now, now I am requesting Sunita Madam, Lecturer of Commerce, to handle question and answer session.
Thank you very much, sir, for your interesting presentation on patents, how it can be created and how can be applied for acquiring a patent rights on a particular thing. And thank you very much for enlightening us on this topic, sir. And now I can ask the audience or participants can raise their questions regarding this session. The sir will answer all your questions. Now I hand out to audience. Anyone can ask their questions. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Anil.
Good morning, sir. While speaking about the process of granting of patent rights, you spoke about the application, patent filing procedure, and examiner. So I have a doubt on that examiner, sir. Like who will be the person examining this application for patent rights? Means the person will be relating to that area or that subject only.
Okay, thank you, madam. Very good question. So really, yes, we have got some examinations to pass, and those who have passed those examinations, who has taken that course. So every year, the patent IPR office will conduct examination for the scrutiny people, examination officers, and from different areas, from different domains, they will be taking, and they will be the scrutiny people for the first examination.
Okay, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So they will depend upon that particular area. They will scrutinize it and they will send the first examination report. And if any objections they have received, that also they will send to us. That
Means
is
you mean to
process.
say that, you mean to say that the examiner will be the person relating to the same area in which the patent right is to be given. Is
Yes,
that right,
madam.
sir?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes. And one more thing, sir, regarding this opposition, like the person who want to oppose that patent right means regarding authenticity of the patent right, or because he is having some doubts on the consequences of that right. So what could be the reason for which reason they can oppose?
It is authenticity, madam. If already they have published that information somewhere in journals or somewhere, then they will having some queries, and they will send that queries through the mail to the patent office.
Okay. Means I think there is a possibility of the consequences, regarding the consequences also, no, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Any other queries, ma'am?
Yes, anyone can ask their questions. Sir is patiently answering all the questions. Anyone?
Please mute. Joining, please mute.
Please, madam, please on this coming, ma'am. Please, Vishwarani, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Tell me.
Yes, Vishwarani, madam, can you ask your question now?
Yeah, madam. So actually, the citations they have to mention there. Suppose if you copy some information or if you mention some subject regarding one paper or textbook and all, in references we have to mention there. That's why in each chapter at the backside we'll give the references. So this particular paper, this particular author has said about this. This particular author has said about this, and we'll be giving. And even though sometimes in research papers also in the square brackets we will be mentioning that particular paper number so and so. So if they mention it, you cannot claim anything. Okay, so you are referencing, you are saying it because everything is for the betterment of the people of society. Okay, suppose if you are not mentioning it and directly you are using it, it is a copyright violation. Then you can approach your lawyer, patent attorney lawyer, and they will be talking in patent office. That lawyer and our lawyer will be coming and they will be arguing on that one. So you can take the help of our patent attorney lawyers.
Thank you, Razia, for asking the question. Anyone from the participant can ask the questions regarding the patents. Sir has explained a nice presentation.
Sir, MN Rao, sir, can you explain any case, any violation of copyrights or patents regarding textbooks
Sir,
which are published by
Professor G.B. Reddy has given very good example. Okay, international example.
more than that, in addition to that?
Yeah, that is very good example. Generally, the copyrights violation nobody claims because even though one word you are going to change, it is not violation. So sometimes what happens, even though somebody asks me always, one case is software professionals. They say that this algorithm we have found, sir, this program we have found, and can we patent it? Yes, we can patent it. You can patent that algorithm, you can patent that program as a copyright, and you can store it on CD and you can send to them, and that is okay, copyright production will be there. But even though somebody comes and says that one word also, two words also removed, then it will be not a violation in that particular sentence. So generally very less.
Thank you, sir, for the nice explanation has been given by you. Any other participant can ask the questions. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Dr. M.N. Rao Garu, for a nice presentation on patents. You have explained lively how to apply for the patents, how many time period has been taken to publish a patents. It has been given. Thank you very much, sir. Once again, now I'm handovering to the organizers.
Thank you, Sunita Madam, for handling question and answers regarding Dr. M.N. Rao session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, M.N. Rao, sir. You have given deep insights on intellectual property rights. We gained commendable knowledge on case studies and other issues, sir. Once again, we are thankful to you, sir. Now, I am going to request Mrs. K.S.G. Sucharita Madam, Election Commerce, to propose the vote of thanks. But before we propose the vote of thanks, we have an announcement to make. Please note that feedback link is placed in the Telegram group, YouTube channel, and in this platform's chat box also. We request all the participants to submit feedback forms, and you will get participation e-certificates only on submission of feedback forms. Thank you all. Sucharita Madam, please.
Thank you, sir. So, very good afternoon, all of you. We are at the flag end of the faculty development program. It's time to present the formal vote of thanks. We especially thank our resource person of the first stop, Professor E.Badi Garu, of your Osmania University for accepting our invitation and giving an excellent presentation on IPR. It was really a curtain raiser, sir. Your presentation was very lively. Thank you very much. Now I thank Dr. M. N. Rao Garu, Professor IPR Coordinator, Vidyajyoti Institute of Technology, Hyderabad, for giving a detailed presentation on IPR. It was very informative, sir. Thank you very much. Our special thanks to our Commissioner, Dr. Pola Bhaskar Rao Garu, and Dr. David Kumar Sir, JD, Commissioner of Quality Education, always motivating us and encouraging us in arranging these type of programs. And our special thanks to our principal madam, always guiding us in arranging programs like this. Not only for students, we arrange programs with the motivation of our madam. And I also thank our ITSC coordinator, our chemistry madam, for her support and motivation. We especially thank our HOD, Karunasri madam, for leading our team in organizing the program with the help of our program coordinator, Dr. D.C.H. Apparagar. We thank all the participants for your participation and encouraging us in future in order to arrange these type of programs. Our special thanks to the technical sub team of computer science department headed by Vijay Deep sir. We thank the press and media who is going to cover our program before and after it, and we thank one and all. Thank you very much. Apparav sir, handed over to you.
Thank you, Suchita madam, for your vote of thanks. Once again, we all thankful to you, Dr. M. N. Rao Garu and